This is the 2006 season recap. Coach Paul Wilson and the Elon Phoenix finished the 2006 season with a 22-6 record, champions of the Southern Conference Tournament, and victors of the first round NCAA tournament game. What a magical year it was for Elon. Definitely the greatest season in program history. Elon, a young Division I program, had never had a winning season at the Division I level, never won a conference tournament championship, never been to an NCAA tournament, and Elon was coming off of their worst overall season as a Division I program last year, back in 2005. The expectations, according to the experts, were extremely low for Elon entering the season, but we didn't care. We believed in ourselves inside the locker room. We worked extremely hard all off season, dreaming of making this a very special year, and we absolutely did, probably surpassing our own expectations and dreams as well. What a year it was for the 2006 Elon Phoenix. What a journey it was, a team that will forever live on in Elon basketball lore, no doubt about that. A team that the whole city of Elon will never forget. The whole city absolutely fell in love with the Phoenix during this year. Following this ride, the team given the nickname the Fightin' Phoenix for all the heart that we've shown this season. The journey did come to an end in the second round, the round of 32 in the NCAA tournament, when we lost to in-state blue blood juggernaut, defending national champions, North Carolina Tar Heels. That was a crazy game. Two campuses that are very close to each other, two towns that were really tuned in, a David versus Goliath matchup, and we showed a lot of determination in that one. We hung with them for a while, and we fought till the very end, but North Carolina wins it 96-76. The rest of the NCAA tournament has been played, so let's take a look at the results of the 2006 NCAA season, NCAA tournament, see who ends up becoming national champions. Here we go. 2006 NCAA tournament started with the play-in game to determine the last of the field of 64. Cal State Fullerton 69-66 win over Coastal Carolina. Then we went to look here to the Washington Regional, the regional we were placed in. Top seed Oklahoma gets by Cal State Fullerton to move on. Nebraska over Louisville. North Carolina takes care of Utah State. Elon gets our first ever NCAA tournament win at any level. The Phoenix appeared in one NCAA tournament at the Division II level and had an 0-1 record. First appearance in D1, able to get by, taking down MAC champion Ball State 71-59. Connecticut preseason number 1 takes care of Lehigh. Notre Dame over Northwestern State. Syracuse over St. Peter's. Iowa State takes down Georgia Southern, who was the regular season champions of the Southern Conference and the team that we defeated in the Southern Conference Tournament Championship game. Second round of the Washington Regional. Syracuse takes down Iowa State by 20. Connecticut takes care of business, blowing out Notre Dame. North Carolina 96. Elon 76. Oklahoma 1-point victory. Oklahoma, the number 1 overall seed, 53-52 over 9 seed Nebraska. They move on to the Sweet 16. Sweet 16, what a game this was as well. Oklahoma, another 1-point win, 74-73. Epic game there. The number 1 overall seed versus the defending national champions. And the Oklahoma Sooners take them down to move on to the Elite 8. Tar Heels, their run ends the following game. They went up against Connecticut, who took down Syracuse 65-51. So the Washington Regional Final, Oklahoma wins it 93-83. The Oklahoma Sooners, some nail biters there during the regional, but the number 1 overall seed will move on to the Final Four. Look here at the Atlanta Regional. Texas takes care of UTSA, interstate matchup there. VCU close victory over UTEP. Boston College rolls over Maine. Colorado over UL Lafayette. Arizona blows out Quinnipiac. Wake Forest by 15 over Stanford. Alabama takes care of Stetson. Washington wins by 7 over Houston. Second round. Washington, an 11-point victory over Alabama to move on. Arizona takes care of Wake Forest, winning by 14. Boston College, a 13-point victory over Colorado. And Texas, the 1 seed, moves on, taking down VCU 61-53. In the Sweet 16, Texas smothering Boston College, not allowing them to get much points, scoring twice as much, 70-35 win. They move on to the regional final, where they took on Washington, who takes care of business, an impressive victory, 86-60, blowing out the 2 seed Arizona. So the Atlanta regional final, Texas versus Washington. What a game it was. Washington wins a high-scoring game, 94-92. Nail-biter there. The Washington Huskies move on to the Final Four. Look at the Minneapolis Regional. The 1 seed LSU gets by Idaho State by 12. Cincinnati by 8 over NC State. Upset here. 13 seed takes down 4 seed Villanova by 9. Upset here. Not as big of an upset, but the 12 seed Xavier takes down Toledo from the MAC by 8 to move on. Memphis takes care of Loyola Marymount. Oral Roberts by 8 over Iowa. Georgetown by 7 over Cornell. And Illinois, defending runner-up, blows out Charlotte to move on. The next round, Illinois takes down the 3 seed Georgetown 50-45. Memphis blowing out Oral Roberts 97-55. Xavier gets the 9-point win over Tennessee Tech to move on. And LSU a 5-point victory. The top seed moves on to the Sweet 16. LSU versus Xavier, great game, but top seed LSU 53-50. Number 12 seed Xavier, their run ends there. Memphis, in a hard-fought game, takes down Illinois 68-64. Minneapolis regional final, barn burner, coming right down to the wire, but the 2 seed takes down the 1 seed. Memphis 63, LSU 62. Memphis going to the Final Four. Look at the Oakland regional, Michigan over South Carolina State. Chattanooga from the Southern Conference takes down Vanderbilt. Rutgers over Southern. Tennessee over San Diego State. Duke blowing out UW-Milwaukee. Oklahoma State blowing out Mississippi State. Michigan State winning by 12 over Drake. Ohio State winning by 7 over Florida. Michigan State in the next round, victorious over Ohio State to move on to the Sweet 16. Duke gets a 10-point win over Oklahoma State to move on as well. Tennessee wins it 71-65 over Rutgers. And top seed Michigan takes down Chattanooga 58-52. In the Sweet 16, Michigan takes care of business 74-47 over Tennessee to move on to the regional final, where they would face 3 seed Michigan State, who was victorious 82-74 over Duke. Oakland regional final, Michigan State versus Michigan. What a battle that was. What an intriguing matchup. The Michigan State Spartans win it 62-56 over the Michigan Wolverines. Spartans to the Final Four. And here is the Final Four. Top seed Oklahoma against Michigan State. And the Michigan State Spartans win it 90-79. Congratulations to Michigan State. Their second straight trip to the Final Four. But they are victorious this time. They will move on to the national championship. Top seed Oklahoma falls. They would take on Washington. Washington, the 6th seed, blows out Memphis. Very impressive performance, 93-67. And that is setting up the national title game between Michigan State and Washington. And the national champions of the 2006 season, the Michigan State Spartans, victorious over the Washington Huskies, 76-66, the final. Congratulations to the Michigan State Spartans for an amazing season and a national championship. Congratulations to all the Final Four teams, to all the NCAA tournament teams. Congratulations to everyone on a great season, great year, and of course a legendary season for the Elon Phoenix. Let's recap that. And we got things started right away here, showing that we could be for real this season. Big underdogs on the road against Georgia Tech. They looked like they were going to blow us out early first half, early second half, but we hung with them and then found a way to come back and got ourselves a victory, 89-81. Great start to the season. First home game, very solid performance, 20-point win against UNC Wilmington. Then at home against IUPUI, this was a massive comeback here. IUPUI looked like they were well on their way to a victory, but we stormed back and got the win. Then on the road against VCU, turned out to be an 8 seed in the tournament, getting a 20-point road victory, very impressive win. That helped us for sure. On the road against NC State, NC State was blowing us out. They were well ahead of us, but we fought very hard, showing a ton of heart. Got ourselves close in this one, but the Wolfpack gave us our first loss. Next game was a very disappointing game. We had a nice looking lead, not comfortable as it would turn out, but a nice lead against High Point. Looked like we could be able to get the victory, and High Point came back and they were able to get the win on us. So we had a reverse of our comeback efforts having won against us, and that one really stung here. But we came together as a team after that. For sure, looked to bounce back. Got ourselves a nice win on the road against Butler. Then on the road against Buffalo, not able to get the job done. So after a 4-0 start, we were sitting at after a 4-0 start, we were sitting with a 5-3 record. And huge win following on the road against an ACC opponent. Our second victory of that sort, taking down Clemson. Clemson was ranked here, 66-55 win, very nice. On the road against Wofford to start Southern Conference play, hard-fought victory. Then this was another very frustrating loss. Looked like we could have been able to get it, but weren't able to clinch it. Appalachian State wins it by 2. This game was absolutely epic. Looked like we were beat here, trailing by 4, under 15 seconds. Somehow got a quick 3-pointer, a steal, a basket, a 1-point lead, time running out, only to see Chattanooga hit a clutch shot to give themselves a lead with just over a second. Only for us to inbound the pass deep down court. Carpenter caught it and chucked up a 3 and nailed it. Buzzer-beating, thrilling victory. And that started an absolute tear for us, because our next game, absolutely destroying UNC Greensboro at home, 106-58. What a performance that was. And we took down Western Carolina by 9, beat Furman by 3. Hard-fought battle there. On the road, took down Davidson, who had a really disappointing season, to make it 5 straight wins. On the road against Georgia Southern, this was a big game, and they blew us out. They beat us by 30, our worst loss of the season, but we would get revenge. After that, we were able to take down the Citadel at home by 18, blowing out College of Charleston by 30, took down Appalachian State in our second chance, beat them by 19 on their home court. What a game this was against Chattanooga. We knew it was going to be a battle, and it was. Able to get a 71-65 win at home. After that victory, an at-large bid started to look possible. NCAA tournament hopes started to look possible for us. Took down Western Carolina. This was a nice comeback win on the road. And took down UNC Greensboro on the road. Definitely different than our first meeting against them, but able to get the job done and get the victory. Then we went here to the Southern Conference tournament. First round game, we entered as a 2 seed. Western Carolina had a really hot start. We trailed by double digits, but we fought our way back and got ourselves the win to move on to the semis. Similar story here in the semifinal. Chattanooga had a hot start. They had a double-digit lead. This one was an absolute barn burner once again against the Mocs. Able to come back and find a way to get a thrilling nail-biter 73-69 victory to move on to our first ever Southern Conference championship game. We were big underdogs going up against Georgia Southern. Obviously, they had beat us by 30 in our one meeting against them. But it was a different story in the title game. We came out there, fired up, played our game, played our hearts out, and we were able to take them down 64-54. That's Georgia Southern, the regular season conference champs, but we win the tournament championship. And first for Elon at the Division I level, an absolute dream come true there. And it gives the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. First round game, how thrilling that was, getting a victory in the NCAA tournament. We took down MAC champion Ball State 71-59. Gave it everything we had against North Carolina, but the Tar Heels defeat us 96-76. That's where our season came to an end, but what a year it was. Team that will never be forgotten. Let's take a final look here at this 2006 Elon Phoenix here. Look at the stats here. Lenny Sinclair played great for us. Hector Biles definitely played great as well. Terrence Claxton. Chase Carpenter. Ralph Buescher. Julius Dansby. Alfonso Reynolds. LaMarcus Thompson, Adrian Okoye, Steven Minter, Rashad Strawberry, Wilson Dunlap, and Kevin Slocum. What a journey, what a team, absolutely legendary team. Team that will never be forgotten, a team that will live on forever in Elon sports, Elon basketball, Elon University lore. Looking at all the stats. And that is it. Is it for the 2016 that'll be remembered forever as the Fightin' Phoenix. Congratulations for a magical year. Go Phoenix!